We had a meeting, missions meeting, on March 11th, Rocky, Beverly, Beth, and I. And we kind of talked about the money distribution, and Rock already mentioned in the bulletin, we kind of have it listed there, a statement of money coming in, which would be the quarterly offering and also the 3% that comes in. And you can take a look at that, because I think some people have kind of just wondered what we've been doing with the mission money. So you can take a look at that. Also, community projects, have a couple things to share with you. We've kind of touched a little bit on that this morning also. A lot of you had said to me early on when we kind of started doing missions this way about foreign ministry and missions and missionaries and things like that. And we have a lot in our community that have need. And so I guess this is kind of for you people that have kind of talked about that and had interest, plus the rest of us also. But I'm going to give you a couple of opportunities here. The community center is they're already doing renovations, already starting things, and Doug Henry was in to talk to everybody from Leatherwood Church. One of the things that we've already done is given them a $500 monetary donation to just assist them. That's from the church out of the missions fund. The second thing to show our support is they're having an open house on April 9th, and it'll be from 6 to 9, and we can get that in the bulletin at some point too. So we were kind of hoping, as a mission team, we were talking that maybe we could support them as a church and show up at the night of their open house. It's just a couple hours. You don't even, it's kind of come and go. You don't have to be there at 6 o'clock. But if we could kind of support them in that way. And the third opportunity is we're going to need some manpower. And we want to do a work day. And woman power, yes. Manpower meaning humanity.
I know.
Anyways. But yeah, we want to kind of do a work day and help them out on April 2nd. Now, did you talk to him about the time? Because usually they start at 9.
I'll get back.
Okay, we'll get...
Times, but he said that anything from sweeping the floor to, just gathering stuff to carpentry to, he said, just because somebody isn't a carpenter or a plumber doesn't mean they can't help. So he'll take anybody that's willing to do anything.
They're pretty raw down there. They still need quite a bit of things done. So, yeah, I had kind of written here about construction, but if you can push a broom or run a paintbrush, they can use us all. So if you can kind of mark your calendars right now for April 2nd, they usually start at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I think you can kind of leave when you want to. If you want to work for an hour, if you want to work half a day, just whatever you want to volunteer. But that's one thing that we've kind of talked about as a mission committee, a mission team, is kind of coming alongside them and helping them out. The other thing is the Red Bank Valley Church Association Scholarship. We're going to go ahead and contribute to that. The Red Bank Valley Church Association gives out a scholarship to graduating seniors in the area, and they'll be doing that on April 19th. They've given up to 15 scholarships at a time, so we wanted to assist in that, so we'll be writing them out a check for $500 to assist for a scholarship. The other thing is the food pantry, and Rock kind of talked about that. We kind of have it all detailed in the bulletin. You can take a look at that, but that's also the church association. They have the food pantry, and there's a lot of needs in the community, and I know everybody kind of has different mixed feelings about that. But they serve up to 130 to 150 people on a monthly basis, and they really need our help. And right now Mary's helping them out and volunteering, but if you take a look at that, there's times and dates and different information in there that maybe you could lend a hand. And they have all kinds of things they can do too. You don't have to be just doing heavy lifting. There's a list of things in there that you can help out with. So if you kind of be praying about that, and if there's somewhere where you can be used, those are some really great community places where you can give of yourself here in the community. And also the barrels are around it. We'll make sure that the food gets to where it's supposed to go. Make sure it's all non-perishable stuff. But I kind of had written here, those are two very important projects to serve the people, the Red Bank Valley community, and we're just asking that you be in prayer about whether you can serve in one of those places or both of those places, because they really need our help. The crisis in Japan, we're all pretty well aware of that. We've been able to help with Haiti and some other natural disasters that happen around the world and assist them financially. And we've decided that anytime something like that happens, we're going to go through Samaritan's Purse. It's a Christian organization. They have a real trustworthy background, and we just feel real comfortable with them. So we haven't kind of come up with a figure yet, but we are going to assist financially. I've received something via email. Rocky got the same thing. They really hadn't asked for anything until just this past week. They were asking for assistance, and they have churches in Japan, and they partner up with those churches to provide whatever the people need. So they're asking for donations. So we'll be sending something in, but it will definitely be through Samaritan's Purse. So anytime there's a crisis like that, you can know that that's where we'll be sending your money. I just have a couple of updates, missionary updates. Victor and Alyssa and Caleb are back in Uganda. Caleb's having some trouble adjusting. Alyssa sent me an email asking for a prayer for him. And she also fell off of a stool and bumped her head. Did Vic say anything to you, Janet? I haven't gotten another update on her about that. She's doing okay. Yeah. She had a headache whenever I got my email from her. It's ridiculous trying to keep in touch with her when she's in Uganda. She just does not have access to internet like I was used to when she was home. So I've sent numerous emails and not heard back from her. I've only gotten the one since she left. I knew that there were 2 women volunteering their time to go over. They were to leave on Friday. And they were to do some evangelism and ministry with God's Care Ministries. That's the name of the church that Pastor Victor pastors. And I did not realize this, but I just talked to Janet this morning. They missed their flight, so they're not there. I thought today they were in Uganda, and I have that written here, but they are not, as far as we know. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard anything from Alyssa. Like I said, email's just so hard with her when she's there. But she is doing well, and she did ask me to ask you to continue to pray for her and pray for her mission. I did hear from Martin. Martin Sutton is from Obedient Life Ministries. He's the one that's in Bulgaria. He will be leaving on March 29th, and he's asking us to pray for him as he returns back. He's really excited. He came here to raise money so that he could buy an adjoining piece of property. Actually, I think it was 2 properties. And he's been doing some renovations, and he wants to continue those renovations. And the money that he was able to raise was above and beyond what his expectations were. So he was really excited, and he's excited to get back to Bulgaria and get things rolling again and continue with that. As you will see when you look through the statement in the bulletin, we added Martin to our quarterly contribution. We were making commitment gifts to 3A Life Services and to Heart for Uganda, and we've also added Martin to that. You've blessed us so much in the missions fund, been able to help so many people in so many ways financially, and we just want to spend all the money on all the people that we can, so we added Martin. The other thing we talked about, and I need to check into this a little bit more, Rock brought up about Wounded Warriors. Somebody had brought up about the Wounded Warriors Project. I did take a little bit of time to look at that, pulling up some more information, reading about it. I'll have some more information about that in the future, what they're about, what we could get involved in. There's a 5K walk run coming up in May. I've actually emailed and asked about that. So I'll get in touch with you about that and keep you informed on that. I just don't know enough about it just yet to jump right into it. But just asking you to continue to contribute financially as you feel you can, contribute with your skills and your talents in places that you can, and just be in prayer for all the different places that we're sending money, that we're helping, and that we're contributing to. And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, at this time, if our kids want to be dismissed down to